if my words did glow with the gold of sunshine.
In the last year or so, you've been appearing on almost every LP that has been released in the States.
Well, all the ones that were recorded at Wally Heider's, yeah.
Why?
Well, because I hang out a lot at Wally Heider's. It's where all the musicians record, all the San Francisco musicians record in one. There's really only, well, there are several studios around San Francisco, but there's only one really super professional sort of studio, and that's Wally Heider's, which has 3 different recording studios in one building. Most of them only have one studio. The music scene in San Francisco is very fluid, and there are a lot of good musicians, and everybody likes to play. That's kind of like the basic thing happening. It's not really professional in the sense of Los Angeles or New York or Nashville. It's much looser, and the musicians who live around San Francisco live there because it's groovy to live there.
Hyde Street Studios. This is a recording studio built in 1969 by a guy named Wally Heider. And in those early years, it produced, the San Francisco sound was that era.
What is the San Francisco sound? I think it was a little more clear for me before I lived here. I knew that there was a sound here, and it started back in the 60s with, all the heyday 60s Bay Area bands.
So High Street it's been a hit factory. And it was massive in the late 60s, from 69 on, all through the 70s. Wally Heider sold the place in 1980. Michael Ward eventually got hold of it, and he's had it ever since. Michael's been pretty diligent in keeping it going and keeping it a resource.
Would you rescue me? Would you give my back? Would you take my car when I start to crack? Would you rescue me? Would you rescue me?
When I think of the San Francisco sound, it's easy to just go right to the 60s. But, there's been so many decades of just different music made in the Bay Area and in San Francisco. I think it's more really, reflecting on it about being a little bit separate from what's going on in the mainstream and kind of forging your own path.
Drinking beer in the hot sun, I fought the law and I won.
I had actually come up through the punk rock scene on the East Coast, and I suddenly noticed all of these albums that I had been listening to as a kid. Flipper, Let 'Em Eat Jelly Beans, one of the Dead Kennedys albums. I had no idea when I first walked in here that I was in the place where that music was made.
Alright, stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for me.
Maybe one of the first hip-hop tunes I ever remember hearing as a kid was the Humpty Dance by Digital Underground. That was made in this room, as well as the rest of that record, Sex Packets. Tupac Shakur made his first record in here, Tupacalypse Now.
Tried to hide a pregnancy from a family who really didn't care to see or give a damn if she.
In fact, actually, there's only one interview with Tupac from a studio that you can see on VH1 and on MTV, but that's from that control room.
You taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme, gimme, gimme. Push, 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 push. Step, step, step. Crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is, and it's like nobody ever stops. I mean, if this is truly a melting pot in the country where we care about it, and Lady Liberty got a hand like this, she really loves us, then we really need to be like that.
On my own, here we go.
Hyde Street Studios is not a museum, but a current living, breathing entity where, I come record, you could come record, just you could come. Lil Nas X might be down the way. Her might be in the other studio. Michael Franti might be downstairs. George Clinton. You know, the people are still coming here because it still exists.
Is it the room? Is it the engineer who gets, you know, their taste from the style of music that they listen to? You know, I don't really know where that comes from. And it's funny because, you know, I've got my studio partners and we're always trading ideas and secrets, and maybe that's the key to the sound, is that we're all giving each other ideas. So I think that might be the key to the sound.
Take the wine.